Miracle. The cold couldn't stop us, Miracle. Okay. We had white supremacy.
Who is this we?
We had white supremacy.
Who is this we? It was you. It was you who forced us to be here.
Miracle.
We could have done this online. I could have been sitting in the warmth of my home. Never had to clean a stair, a street, or a car, nothing.
It's not the same. Miracle's not
you know
the same.
what? I'm tired.
I'm glad to see you.
I don't care.
I mean, this man was
irrelevant.
Shirtless in the snow this morning.
That's him. Boy. That's his light-skinned Canadian whatever shenanigans where he want to go play and surf in the snow. Most people with common sense like, oh, it's cold outside. It's a winter weather advisory.
It's a winter wonderland.
Inside.
It is a winter wonderland.
Well, we're inside. We're inside. We had to go outside
Black
to get here.
Black people uphold white supremacy, and this is an example. How we fight for liberation, or we have to risk our lives. How do we protect black women and we make black women be unsafe by facing the elements? That's the question I have.
So we only fight for revolution in the warm months.
That's not what I said.
Shit.
Is that what you said?
How are we fighting revolution right now? Okay.
By broadcasting and talking about it.
And we could have done that from the comfort of our homes.
We have all this equipment.
We have technology. God sometimes gives you blessings. And you use the blessings, and it's called the internet.
Well, we made it, Miracle. We traversed
Al Gore's internet.
We traversed Beyonce's internet, sir. Excuse me.
Pardon me.
We traversed.
Black women laboring again. Like, look,
we made it through the snow. All right.
We did
have 5 inches. We did have 5 inches this morning, which was crazy.
Made it through the snow.
Pause. That was crazy.
We had 5 inches this morning. 5 inches of snow. Okay. 5 inches.
See where this nigga going?
For some of y'all,
first thing in the morning.
Some of y'all
said we had 5 inches.
But if I'm saying 5 inches, I'm not talking about me.
Me neither. I'm just saying. Me neither.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying.
Whatever.
Let's go.
You know what I mean.
Nigga, let's go.
You know, I'm calling HR right now.
You talking to him.
I want hazard pay.
That's 5 inches of white snow.
I want hazard pay right now.
Oh, my days.
You know what?
Man.
There's white snow and there's black ice. No,
come on.
All right, come on.
And if I was at the comfort of my home, I have to deal with either one of these.
Yes, that is true. My name is Jasiri X. I am co-founder and CEO of One Hood Media. I am thermal down. You know what I'm saying? I have layered up. I'm ready to go. And across from me,
oppressed, held down, burdened,
flanneled up,
but warm because I have fleece-lined leggings.
Yes,
it's your girl Miracle, aka Big Blessing, No Blessing today because I'm cold as fuck.
Just curses.
You have glasses, jewelry. That's pretty interesting.
Don't try to distract me from my anger. It's not going to work today. I'm cold. It was so cold. And then you have me coming here and you don't even offer me a hot beverage.
Oh, wow.
Y'all had nothing. Then you have the heaters going. I am afflicted.
You know what? We could have offered you.
I'm a southern bird. I am a Georgia peach in this hellhole of Pittsburgh winter.
I do have another cup of coffee in my car if you would like me to bring that in for you.
No.
It's graham cracker. It's graham cracker coffee. It's delicious. Oh yeah, of course. And my brother.
I'm happy winter's here, man. Supreme Asiatic Intelligence.
Men don't deserve happiness.
Oh shit. Oh wow.
Jesus, bro. You know what?
And we have a title. Men don't deserve happiness.
Look at the world.
Fuck your holidays, man. You know what I mean?
That's why I went to Target on Black Friday, Miracle.
Because you see, holding up oppression.
No, absolutely not.
Holding up oppression.
We stand with Reverend Jamal Bryan and Tamika Mallory and the others.
Because we ain't buying it.
We ain't buying it. We ain't buying it.
You know what? And this is the conversation we need to have.
I stole shit too.
Oh, I was
stealing on Black Friday. What?
So be careful.
No, because Target gonna put you in prison.
Right. What Target does.
I know what they do.
Do you know?
Do they know what I do? Does Target know what I do, nigga?
Yes.
What Target? Yes.
They got surveyed.
Right. And then what Target will do, which to me is kind of wow. Another reason I
they just wait on it.
They'll wait until you hit a certain threshold of you steal a certain amount and it hits like a felony or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they'll arrest you. I mean, that's some gangsta ass shit.
Yeah, we love larceny. We love it.
But let's pause. I know we have a program. I think let's pause because I think about How do you fight white supremacy? How do you fight
theft and piracy?
How do you fight for liberation?
By using the tools of white supremacy to fight white supremacy.
Hey, man, Trojan horse.
Audre Lorde told us we couldn't do that. Okay,
tools of the master will not dispense the master.
Yes, correct.
Because there is, every time we do have these boycotts, right? There is this whole conversation of like, is it ethical to boycott? Do we leave people out of boycotting? Is it targeting poor working class people to ask them to boycott?
Right, when they still need to get shit.
When they need to get stuff, or people who are disabled.
But Target isn't a place for poor working class people.
Remember,
Target was
every store is a place for poor
hold on, right? Target was Target, and this is because I've been studying this over this weekend, and it was fascinating because Target might actually be out of here. Like Target might not make it to next year.
Right, yeah.
And they were saying
they were suffering. Yeah,
right, because what happened, Target was the higher class. Remember, it was like Walmart is where the poor people shop. Target is where the more affluent, blah, 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 blah. They said the store that's taking most of Target's customers, which were people that make $100,000 and up, is Walmart. Like, so basically people stopped shopping at Target and started shopping it. So Target stock is down like 35%, not 5%, like 35%. It went from like over 100 to like in the 40s, their stock price. So they're suffering right now.
I didn't know it was like that.
And they tried, I guess they tried to do a bad giveaway. They had a whole thing where, oh man. So Target had a sale, right?
Right.
And they were selling Christmas trees.
Okay.
And they're like, Christmas trees half off. These Christmas trees were $150 or $170 something dollars. Now they're $125. And every Christmas tree box had a like little sticker on it. Somebody peeled back the sticker. The sticker on the box said Christmas tree $120.
I mean, that's how all places do that.
So they inflated the price. But I'm saying, but Target giving people Uno cards and some gum.
Wait, what?
I guess they gave away some gift bag.
So basically, they were like, "You're going to get a gift bag worth $100."
Okay.
Oh shit! It said worth $100.
Up to like $100. People were standing in line because they thought they were going to get their $100.
How did I miss this? I didn't
do anything about gift card or whatever. But it was
when you
basically
walked into Target with your Starbucks.
I don't drink Starbucks.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyhow, be that as it may, you know, I boycott Walmart because of John Crawford.
Me too.
You know, I have I'm a Sagittarius. Once I have a beef with you, me and Cardi B, like, we forever. Okay.
But also Walmart too, like, if you can't pay your employees enough where they got to be on food stamps and they have to be on assistance, and you're a multi-billion-dollar company, that's insane. But continue.
But be that as it may, what Walmart did was like, people don't like us because we're culturally insensitive. And they basically took Target's brand and started partnering with local businesses, black and brown businesses, queer businesses, trans businesses, so that they just took that inclusivity model and injected it into Walmart's marketing. So that's why you'll see a lot of people, you know, Patti LaBelle and her pies and different other people.
I remember they did Juneteenth real big one year.
That's what they started doing. So when Target was like, fuck y'all coloreds.
Yes.
Sorry, let me stop. I'm so sorry, John. When Target was like, we're no longer helping the blacks, Walmart was like, no worries, we got y'all.
We got you.
And
we got all the sweet potato pies over here.
And double down on their minority and I forgot what it's MWDB, minority, women owned, disadvantaged business, whatever. Walmart doubled down. So that's why Walmart is getting a lot of these newer folks. And they also expanded their multicultural offerings. So they're also getting a lot of immigrants and different folks like in their hiring processes, their partnerships. So, you know, they're like, we are going DEI because we don't want to DIE. But it's really sad because Target used to be a place of joy. Like Target used to be a place where you would go, like, hang out with your friends. People would just like go walk down the aisles, and it was like fun food, and it was meant for either people who are.
I've never.
Oh, you've never done a Target party
to hang out with somebody?
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly do that, but I definitely all shopping is therapy to me. Like, it's therapeutic for me to go through the aisles and get things. Like, I like going grocery shopping and all that by myself.
Don't.
You used to, like, you usually would go and people would, you know, you would have like your home and you would like
I'll be mad if I see something. If I'm a Target, I see somebody I know, I'll be like, damn, here comes a motherfucker I know. Let me go to this other aisle.
That's why I got AirPods. Don't talk to me in public.
But then they were just like, and also a part of Target was, it was one of the first places where you could get natural hair care.
Right.
And makeup that was for black and brown skin and darker skin tones. That's what you went for Target for, and that's why you were like so excited. You're like, oh my god, I have all this stuff. And then Target was like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore for no reason. Like, let's be very clear that the Trump administration did not sue Target.
Didn't pressure them.
They did not. They were just like, we're going to do this, whatever. And then when folks said, hey, can you just repackage this program and say we are helping businesses who've never worked with Target before?
Right.
There's a different road to path to take down.
Because they
still said no. Yeah. So it was like,
And like you said, it was like what Target did, what Target began to do, particularly like post 2020 when everybody was like, oh, you can go to, Target would be one of the places I would go to get the
things that you needed.
Greeting cards. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like, oh, they had a whole black section. It's like, oh, okay, greeting cards that look like me. Or they had like, it was people with businesses that we know personally. Like, like Target's going to carry my stuff. And it's like, oh, Target's carried in Bevel and Target's carrying some of these black brands that we knew about. And it was like, okay, Target is really more inclusive. And I live literally a block away from a Target, and I haven't been to Target. Literally, Target for me is the most convenient place to go and shop. And it's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? So, but again, obviously it's not just me, because to have Target fall this dramatically and still like not want to meet, because remember, Target met with Reverend Jamal Bryan and Tamika Mallory. This was like a few months ago. Mm-hmm. And you would think like Target would think Black Friday's coming, we have to mitigate these things. And so they met with him, and then they basically was like, yeah, Target didn't want to do any of this. Didn't want to make any changes.
That's crazy.
And so at that point, it's like, what was Target doing? Target did wasn't Target like we're going to do Essence Fest, or we're going to get Kai Cenat to come over here and be in the Target. And it's like, nah, man. Like, that's placating. That's pandering.
Yeah.
We want like something real to show like that we're involved and included. But again, if you want to go down with the Trump machine, I just saw a video where they had the president of JP Morgan Chase. Mm-hmm. And the lady asked him, how come, all these people are donating to Trump's White House? How come you all haven't donated? And he was like, hey, man, we got to think of not just the DOJ now, but who's going to be the next DOJ.
Yeah, if there's.
And he was like, we have a lot of government contracts. We can't be seen to be influencing. Everybody knows that to give money to Trump is to be engaging in corrupt business practices. Like, this is what this man does. You know what I'm saying? So again, like, for Target to just preemptively say, yeah, we're not doing this black shit anymore. And then, now this is what you get. So if Target goes out, or Target got to rebrand, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't, we need to come up with another name besides Target. It needs to be something else. You know what I'm saying?
Bullseye?
Something worse.
The place where I go to steal? I don't know. We should just call it that.
Anyway, so with that being said, shout out to all those that organized the Target boycott. I think in DC they said they've been out there for almost like over 30 weeks, like every Saturday,
just boycotting Target
in front of the Target, boycotting Target. So shout out to those folks that did that in the national news. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because it's so much craziness coming out of the Trump White House
every day.
Right. Again, like, so we'll have, and we like to joke on the whole Epstein thing. Somebody, what was it? Some congressperson or somebody put the tweet out about Trump's stamina. He's had more stamina than I've ever seen.
Yeah, that nigga was getting his back blown out when he tweeted that shit. That's why he posted that, man. He said Trump popped the Cialis and went to town on me.
Somebody named.
And you know what the nigga really meant?
Fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump.
This is Grant.
Takes on a whole new meaning.
Somebody named Grant Cardone just spent the evening with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. His stamina, and he put stamina in all caps. His stamina is unbelievable for any age. Like, damn, that nigga's stamina like that. Don't play that because they're just gonna cut it out. However, in the midst of like the Epstein, and Miracle always tries to put us back on the more serious issues.
I don't want to be
right. So in the mix of all these jokes, one of the things we haven't really talked about is that Trump and the Trump administration and the Department of War, again, it is, I mean, even that whole Department of War, we're so macho white men, have just been unilaterally bombing boats in Venezuela with no evidence that these boats are doing anything illegal. We're just supposed to take Donald Trump's word. Right? We're going to take his word that these are narco terrorists, right? And so Trump has been bombing these boats in Venezuela, and people are saying, hey, this is illegal. One, there's no due process, right? We have not seen any evidence that any of these people that have been blown up, right, have done anything. All we got was Trump saying they're narco terrorists. We have no evidence. We have no briefings, none of that, right? If you're saying this is a war, that has to go through Congress, right? You have to, again, present your case. Remember, we're how many years removed, when Dick Cheney died, may he labor in war. What is it? Yes.
Yeah.
Remember, they presented this case. Labor and war, Miracle. Come on. They presented this case.
I was like, wait, hold on.
They had to present the case of why they wanted to go into Iraq. And then we found out the case was totally bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Totally made up. Millions of people died. Trump's administration is not even trying to present a case.
They're just doing.
They're just saying, we're going to bomb these boats, right? And so this is, come to find out that there's a bad, like, Trump doesn't like the president of Venezuela. He might be said some negative things about him during he tried to get rid of him during the last administration. Trump administration was not able to. Trump wants to install a right-wing president because Venezuela has all of its oil.
Right, of course.
Right? So this is kind of the backstory. So now Pete Hegseth, who is a terrible human being, you know what I'm saying? So bad.
He barely even qualifies as human.
So bad. His own mom said, yo, this nigga's a fuck boy. His mom.
Yeah.
I wonder how his Thanksgiving was. Either here or there. Basically, not only said to blow up a boat, but said kill them all. So a boat was attacked. People survived.
Right.
And according to what's being reported, Pete Hegseth ordered what they called a double tap strike, meaning another strike, even though there were people that were alive. The Intercept just put an article out that said the entire chain of command could be held liable for the killing boat strike for survivors. It says Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's action could spark investigation for war crimes or outright murder, because again, there was no proof or no evidence that they did anything. And so if you're ordering a strike on somebody with no evidence, that is classified as murder. Miracle, how should we be processing this? How should we be organizing against this? And is this going to be like, does Pete Hegseth survive this? Did Trump survive this? Is this one of the things that's going to bring down this administration?
Did Anthony Blinken survive his lies and violations? Yes.
Well, he survived. I mean, he's still alive. I mean, Joe Biden is looking like he's on his. Well, he's. I mean, maybe on his last leg. I don't know. But they also got voted out of office. They lost power. Like I would. Biden is never.
Biden.
If Biden was healthy, nobody's ever elected Biden to any other position. No one. Do you think Blinken is gonna? Well, I don't know, because they was trying to remember who was the dude they was trying to bring back. that horrible dude that was mayor of Chicago, and they just
Rahm
man. They just kept trying to bring this horrible ass motherfucker back. Like, leave this motherfucker out of your stuff. But so who knows with the Democrats? But
what I will say,
will this cost Pete Hegseth his job?
No.
Okay, got you.
You know, someone once told me, like, whenever America is trying to enact democracy in the world, you have to ask yourself, what natural resources are there? Like, what exists, like, to benefit, like, the United States, right? And that has really...
Damn, that's so true.
That's the fucking
That has really framed in my thinking when we talk about, like, international geopolitical issues.
Yes.
So we talk about, like, Venezuela's oil, but this idea that these are narco terrorists, one, there was no proof that they were narco terrorists. There was no proof that there's even drugs on those boats, that every person on that boat was a part of some type of drug cartel, and that their destination was 100% the United States of America, right? So when you're in international waters, we don't own those waters. So here we are committing war crime after war crime after war crime. The issue is this. And
you had Trump actually saying he's going to create a no-fly zone over Venezuela. Again, this is not
country
airspace that America owns, right? This is an international thing, right?
That in itself is a declaration of war.
Declaration of war, absolutely. And occupying a country.
Yes.
Which goes to my next point, right? This is considered what we're talking about with this recent strike is like a touchback. This idea that you struck somebody with a missile, you saw that they were like seemingly incapacitated, and you struck them again.
Yes.
However, traditionally, it is a war crime. Traditionally, it is something that you are not supposed to do. However, we have normalized this through what's happening in Gaza because that was the traditional MO of you have a strike, people would go, reporters, medics, and there would be a subsequent strike, a touchback, a second strike, whatever frame you want to use. So no, you cannot prosecute Pete for doing the same thing, because if you prosecute Pete, somebody, probably one of the 25 Congress people who've said that a genocide is happening, are going to say, hey, friend, or, you know, the 3 senators, and I'm like, hey, if this is illegal, shouldn't then we also be investigating all this, because we have the Leahy laws?
Oh, you want a Blinken and
everybody
Blinken,
goes to the
Kamala, Biden,
right? And so you can't, because then you're going to have to be like, if you start with Pete, you're going to have to do everyone else. And that is now going to be the problem that we're going to be facing every time somebody has a war crime, we're going to be like, is this the war crime we want to prosecute? Because then we now set up other people to also be investigated for supporting war crimes.
True.
But
the irony is, as this is happening, Benjamin Netanyahu just requested a pardon for, you know, what he was doing in Israel, but we also know, so that there's also a whole piece. Yeah.
Like, my favorite thing to blame Democrats, I blame Clinton for this, right? What did Clinton do when he was out here getting in trouble? He bombed, wasn't it Kosovo?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So Netanyahu, what he do? Getting in trouble. He's like, okay, we're gonna go to war. Right. Yeah. So this is these things that I firmly believe that the American policy sets precedent for other countries to learn and engage from, and they'll just maybe do it a little worse, right? Yeah. And so for Venezuela,
no, go ahead.
But people can like, what are we going to do about Venezuela? Like, where is the anti-war movement? It's like the anti-war movement has been arrested, doxxed, prosecuted, all types for the past 3 years, and now you want the anti-war movement to come. But people are still arguing. You know, here in Pittsburgh, we've had some marches and some protests. Nobody wants to go to war with Iran.
Right.
That's still on the table. War with Venezuela, war in Nigeria. Like, the Department of War is really trying to find something to war about, and I just don't think it's smart.
That's fascinating that you're, and like you said, as Trump becomes increasingly more unpopular, right? I mean, anytime like a Fox News poll says, you know what, Biden was better on the economy than you. I mean, and again, they said that like gas, like if you have a gas stove, you're paying more just to cook your food under Donald Trump, who promised energy prices will go down immediately, right? Before I come to you, I just want to lay some of the facts out. The Washington Post recently reported that Hegseth personally ordered the follow-up attack, giving a spoken order to kill everybody. Multiple military legal experts, lawmakers, and now confidential sources within the government who spoke to The Intercept say Hegseth's actions could result in the entire chain of command being investigated for a war crime or outright murder. The military's carried out 21 known attacks, destroying 22 boats in the Caribbean Sea and Eastern Pacific Ocean since September, killing at least 83 civilians.
Wow.
Since the attacks began, experts in the law of war and members of Congress from both parties say the strikes are illegal, extrajudicial killings because the military is not permitted to deliberately target civilians, even suspected criminals who do not pose an immediate threat of violence.
What do you want me to say to this?
What are your thoughts? I mean,
first off, I've said this a few times on the show, and I'm gonna say it again. Trump is doing a great job of turning the world against America.
1,000%, yes.
And with the bypassing of America and a lot of the trade and tariff things, as Canada and Mexico are openly trading with China and in talks with Russia.
Yeah.
And looking at places in Central and South America to further bolster trade and increase imports and different types of relationships, whether it's military or financial, whatever. The way that he's moving now is just one more step in the global game of battleship. Forgive my metaphor, but that's really what it is.
You know what, bro? It's so, like, he has really, like, forever changed, like, how politics are conducted.
Absolutely.
In the United States. And he's forever changed. There used to be, like, a reverence to a president.
Yeah, no, that's all out the window.
Now we're openly, like, laughing about him giving like to another man, like, and that's like just
and that's not us being homophobic.
No, that's just jokes.
It's just jokes.
Like like literally, like, it's like he's done. If he was not a Russian plant,
right,
he has destroyed. Because remember, like, and it just, you brought this up. America, from the outside looking in, was always this ideal, right? Again, living in America as a black person, like, our community has been, we have firsthand witnessed extrajudicial killings since I've been alive. Absolutely. By the state.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Every year there's
I'm
more.
About to say,
it was just
yearly.
It was just a young brother that they were protesting about New York that was killed extrajudicially. It was some white dude in Akron that they shot like nine times.
Right.
That was unarmed. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we know about extrajudicial killings. We know about not posing a threat to anybody, but still being murdered by the state. Like, that's the black experience. But the image that America projected to the world, was this place
holier than thou place. This
right, milk and honey
sanctuary. Yeah,
like you got all your rights here. You could make it here. You could become a multimillionaire here. And it was like, oh, this is where democracy thrives. Now we're seeing, like, what like Trump actually pulled the wool off of all that. And now he's like, I'm showing you how all this shit is corrupt. Yeah. All this shit, like what we've always seen. But, like, now, like, even like how he moves and how he does things, like that reverence for America. I mean, remember, like, they would have a group of world leaders. They don't even want to shake his hand. Yeah. They don't even want to be around this dude. You know what I'm saying? They're over in the corner discussing it's like he's got kicked out. It's like Thanksgiving. He's at the kids' table.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're over here, but other leaders are over here. And I don't think America will ever get that. Like, once you lose that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, once we see behind the screen, like the Wizard of Oz. Oh, shit. We look behind the screen and it's actually just a dude behind the screen. He's not a wizard. He doesn't have these powers. Once you know that, you can never re-get that back, right? You can never, like, be like, oh, it's me again. You know, it's like Diddy can never come back to like people looked at Diddy like, oh, he's so successful. Blah, blah. Now that we know what was really going on, he can never redeem that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kanye could never redeem that, Farouk, as much as you might want him to.
I mean,
Kanye, they're gone, right? That veneer is gone. America's veneer is gone. I just wanted to say that's such a great point.
Yeah.
as to what he does. And he's turned the world.
Yeah.
So if he's not a Russian plant, he's doing exactly what an enemy of the United States will want to see done.
And the thing that like is super interesting to me is, and as you mentioned, like in our time, how many extrajudicial killings that we've seen.
Yes.
But also think about the way that the target of the month, no pun intended, of the United States is framed in the media. Like we had insurgents for right then just recently, do you denounce Hamas?
Yes.
Right. I'm assuming narco terrorists is what they're assigning to the Venezuelans. Right. And you're doing
Hegseth actually put out a cartoon of Franklin the turtle like blowing up people, like Franklin attacks narco terrorists. So yes.
So narco terrorists is going to be the thing that we're focusing on, I guess, going into 2026. And all of these things are just other words ascribed to innocent people, right? Because there's no way that you can substantiate this evidence, but this is a part, again, of Ronald Reagan's way of attacking Central and Latin America.
Absolutely.
With Contra, and how all that moved in the late 70s and the early 80s.
And what was the outcome to that? What was the
outcome to that, right?
You flooded black communities.
I mean,
you could get money for an Iran war, right?
We can run this parallel of Trump and Hegseth to Ronald Reagan and Oliver North.
Correct, yeah.
You know, this is, again, and I don't know how many more times I have to tell you this, that, you know, Trump is Ronald Reagan 2.0. So everything that Reagan did, Trump is just repeating, oftentimes in a more violent and bloody way, with less tact.
And then this idea that, like, again, so how are they framing it, right?
Yeah.
They're framing it like, oh, we're trying to stop the war. We're trying to stop drugs for coming into the country. But then you pardon the president of Honduras, who was put in prison for flooding America with cocaine. So, like, on one hand, you're saying, oh, we're doing this to stop cocaine from coming into America, but then the same time you do that, you pardon the former president of Honduras, who, according to the DOJ under Biden, was flooding America with cocaine. But he's a right-wing person, and Trump wants a right-wing president to win the presidency of Honduras.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to, I mean, with Brazil and all these countries in South America, they are trying to have South America become this right-wing safe haven. Yeah. And the landscape of this was laid out when Argentina and a lot of these other places welcomed the ex-Nazis. All the people that fled the Nuremberg trials went South America. So South America has always had this white supremacist and colonial settler, violent architecture and infrastructure, just based off the people that they wanted in there. Yeah, you know, so Trump perpetuating this by using the White House and the influence of American political system is not anything new. Right. Reagan did the same shit. Like, again, like him trying, like, destabilizing colonies, and the Panama Canal and all these things that have happened just in the last 40 to 50 years.
I want to come back to you, Miracle. It's the thing, and it reminds me of, you know, a book that kind of changed the way I thought about foreign policy. Was a book called Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Yeah. And there's a follow-up book that he did about an American empire and what an empire is. But here, basically, it's similar to what we saw, right? We saw with the help of the United States government, the Taliban took control of Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. And when the Taliban did not want to put a pipeline through the country,
they were no longer useful when they were viewed enemies.
Well, they were told straight up, we can either give you a carpet of gold
or carpet of bombs,
right? Then they became the enemy, and we destroyed them. And in 1 year, Afghanistan went from having almost no heroin coming into the United States to being the #1 producer when they were liberated by America. There's this whole conversation now because an Afghani shot these 2 National Guards, But then when you do the deep story, it's like, well, how did he get here? Oh, he worked with the CIA.
He worked with the CIA
since he was 14 years old in Afghanistan, and then was allowed to come in. He was granted asylum by Donald Trump.
He got special privileges.
Right, by Donald Trump's administration. Literally like a child soldier that you cultivated. And now, you had to reap that, right?
Chickens coming home to roost.
The chickens coming home to roost, indeed. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to those National Guardsmen. Because, but again, it's like you're part of this whole system. So we've seen this. We've seen America want a regime change.
Yeah.
And this is what Trump wants in Venezuela, a regime change. So you're terrorizing these people. So then they go and look and say, oh, well, this terror will stop if we elect somebody else. Remember, it was, hey, Argentina, if you reelect this guy who's the whole economy collapsed under him, we'll give you $40 billion. And again, it's just that all this stuff used to be covert. It was happening, but we didn't know about it.
Yeah, this was the stuff that was 80s action films were made out of.
100%.
Like Delta Force and all them things.
The person over the former Department of Defense knew not to get on a microphone and say, kill everybody.
Yeah.
Because he knew, like, that's punishable by a crime, right? Now, they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Trump don't give a fuck. Hegseth don't give a fuck. I mean, So it's fascinating. They don't care. And so it's like, we're seeing it. Remember, you used to have to get the alternative newspaper to find this information. And if you talked about it, it's a conspiracy theory. This is the Washington Post saying this.
Yeah.
That's Bezos' shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's fascinating. Miracle. We don't have an anti-war movement. Like again, part of the issue, what we do, but part of the issue is so much stuff to organize around. Now we're still trying to stop ICE. Now we're trying to get our economy.
It's all connected. This is why
So what's the movement called? It's all connected?
That's the thing. We think we're fighting white supremacy, we're fighting militarism, we're fighting this, but it is really all connected, right? You go and you destroy countries so that you can have the gold, the opium, or whatever.
And then when the Venezuelans come here, now you attack them.
Right? Yeah. So then you create a corporation that's going to go out and arrest the immigrants and hold the immigrants. But in order to do that, you have to then have weapons that you have from the military that you use to go and hunt these people that would not be here had you not destroyed their countries in the first place.
Crazy.
And in order to have people to go down and hunt down immigrants or go and destroy people in third world countries, as we like to say, you need people who are impoverished to enlist and enroll in the military. You need people who are suffering from racism and are disenfranchised to be willing to literally be, foot soldiers for imperialism. So that's how it's, all connected in a very roundabout way. But when I think about geopolitics, as someone who grew up conservative, right, and for conservative Christian home, I really did not understand all of this until I started reading about the Black Panthers, and they would talk about how the Black Panthers, went to Palestine, went to France, right? A lot of our Black elders were in France, were in Germany, were in Portugal, finding respite. Why? And I was used to why in the world how do they even know how to go overseas? We think about there's no internet, right?
Yeah.
How do they know to go to France to find peace? How do they build relationships and connections? I used to think about that. But when they started to talk about how Black veterans were treated in the United States of America,
right?
How we basically created a second-class citizenship for Black veterans to make sure that they couldn't have the GI Bill, to make sure they couldn't own homes and get education and work, right? I started to think about and learn more about how we engage the world as it is and how we try to build a different type of world. But when we're talking about bombing countries, we're talking about there are over 15 genocides happening right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the world.
Active genocide.
And all active and somehow all a part of the United States ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was watching something and they were talking about like, well, Trump is doing all these great things because he's stopping like all of these genocides all around the world. It was like, well, he also caused them. He also set these fires. He also put all the guns out there, the bombs out there, the weapons out there, the, elected officials. I've been like Pakistan, right? When we think about like all of this, they had an election. Allegedly, the progressive technically won, like Imran Khan, in the case I say his name.
Yeah.
Allegedly, they said he may have actually won, but the Biden administration was like, we don't want someone who is against imperialism, so we're going to keep the tyrant there, right? And we're going to just like, I don't know what's happening, right? And so when we're in the situation where sometimes we're the bad guy, I kind of think like, is it worth it? At what point do we just sit there and say, you know what? It's not worth it. Is it when Target shuts down? Is it when 60% of the United States is homeless and not like 30? Is it when we have, no health care? In January, at what point are we going to be like, you know what, like enough is enough? Because we've had an anti-war movement. Everything that we saw in the Vietnam War, whether it was a student uprising, whether it was boycotts or protests, it's already happened and nobody cared, right?
Well,
we've also, but I'm saying like the people in power.
One hood cared.
And then
if ain't nobody else cared. Come on.
And then we've also seen, I was hearing a talk and they were saying that we've also seen for the first time fascists organize themselves, because what we see now is, oh, you boycott this country. Well, this fascists will send their poor working class people to that country to break a strike. Oh, you're not buying, these items. Well, this fascist will then, give millions of dollars to this country to boost this economy. Like we just gave Argentina all of this money because they were failing, right? So we've also now have to contend with the fact that our working class poor people become pawns in imperialism in other places because they're pushed away. And we just saw, Trump say, oh, we need H-1B visas here, right? The first it was all immigration's bad. We're gonna stop all immigration.
But we need the best and the brightest right now.
We need those H-1Bs.
And when he said that, and I forget who the white woman from Fox News, she actually said, we have talented people here. And Trump said, no, we do not.
Right. Yeah.
He literally said, we don't have enough talent here for these jobs. And again, when he says this, I'm wondering if these white supremacists or white people, like they have to then twist themselves into some type of weird place to then try to defend this. At what point do they stop and say, well, wait a second. He's saying we're not talented enough.
Exactly.
Vivek said the same
smart
thing.
enough.
I would say Vivek said the same exact thing. Like, that's a great point.
At what point do at what point do they jump off the boat? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, not to be ironic
or get blown up.
Yeah.
But no, you don't
jump off the boat and get blown up. That's real.
That's the reality is, but the United States of America, I hate saying this, but is a failing third world country because the majority of the population decided that they didn't want black people to have equity. Mm-hmm. And so they would rather be poor, depressed, impoverished than have to live with the reality that black people have the same things that they have. And what we're talking about is when we say there's not people who are talented enough for these jobs, it takes 4 or 5 years in the medical field, to go through just that process. Right. If you deport all of the doctors right now, you can't just tomorrow have someone to replace these folks, right? Yeah. But you don't provide education. You don't provide free education.
And they're not just deporting doctors, Miracle.
They're deporting baddies.
Before we go there, I'm being serious right now.
My good sis, man.
Cuba has this great program, right? Yeah. And then what did the United States do? They said, oh, those people are being trafficked, and if you work with Cuban doctors, we're not going to work with you. Right.
And it was specifically, Cuba's program was for black people.
Yes.
Like for black people to come and learn how to become doctors in Cuba, and it was free.
And think about it. When there's no program that they say, come be a medical professional for free. Come be a doctor for free. Come learn how to be a construction worker for free. When we talk about the trades also make you pay. Like there's a tuition cost for these trades, and some of those places have it built into the salary. Absolutely. So when you get your salary, you pay back that cost, right? You owe
hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's what we pay, what we should do for for the colleges.
That's what people are saying.
College be free, and it comes out of your taxes. People didn't want to do that, right? Because they don't want to educate a populace.
When Trump was proposing a 50-year mortgage, people was like, "Oh, we already have 50-year loans. They're called college loans."
You know
yeah. You know, and this idea that AI is going to do all of this work. Well, and that's my biggest fear. I look at AI as a Tower of Babel, and I think once you have been like indoctrinated into religion, it never like leaves you, right?
Yeah.
And so I look, even though I'm like no longer religious, I have all that there. I look at AI as like the Tower of Babel, as this thing that we are investing in so much into to be like God, and it's going to burst. And when it bursts, it's going to be bad because it's not only going to mess up our grid, but it's also going to make us less able to survive because we're not going to be able to replace AI. We're moving everything into AI. It fails. We're not going to have the infrastructure to replace it.
Remember when we were in school and you had to have like a pencil and paper and you had to like not type but write essays. You had to write pages of words. So again, like because it was just a couple weeks ago, like some Amazon thing went offline.
Cloudflare.
Cloudflare went offline and it affected all these different things, right? So like what happens if that goes down? Who can write? You know what I'm saying? Who can literally like write a paragraph? Who can do all these things? Who has a typewriter? Remember a typewriter used to have like typing?
You don't need to read and write. You just run a business. Shout out to Joel.
I'm about to say, Joel said that. I pre that.
I said, oh my gosh.
He said, I can listen to a book.
No, but I think that
book talks to me.
Yes, and then you're in a situation where the person who can read and write is stealing all of your money and writing a contract so they can take all your wealth.
So Miracle, we talked about, again, we always have this twofold conversation. We talk about all the wild stuff that Trump and Trump's administration is doing. And then we turn to the other side of the aisle and we're like, okay.
The Democrats.
Right. What can, and so, Axios put this article out. Jeffrey says not to expect the Dems to pursue Hegseth impeachment.
Because why would they?
House Minority Leader, we call him Hank Jeffries, signaled Monday that Democrats are unlikely to pursue impeachment against Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth over alleged follow-up strikes. He said, quote, again, this is quote, Republicans will never allow articles of impeachment to be brought to the floor of the House of Representatives, and we know that's the case. Oh, they won't allow us to do it. Again, so this shows that weakness, right? What Trump will order them not, they won't allow. So what? Trump tried to fight Epstein thing. It was pursued and won. Fuck what he's going to allow. Well, who cares what they make them go on record to say what they stand for and behind. Because if this is a crime, make them go on record and says, I'm with this criminal activity. But when you're complicit in it.
Exactly.
You don't want them to, because remember, you're the one, and remember Carmelo was talking about the most lethal, we're going to have the most lethal army and force of the world. Lethal?
How many times do I have to say that the Democrats are benefiting from every single appointment, every move that Trump makes? And if it's not all of the Democrats, it's the Democrats. It's the loudest ones that are in favor or silent in opposing him.
But at what cost? Like, again, like
they're not worried about the cost. They're not.
I'm just saying, like, for me, like, I'm speaking for myself. Like, I'm not going to, like, it's like, oh, I'm going to give you a lot of money, but I'm going to like spit in your face every time I see you.
Right.
I'm going to like, if you know what I mean? I'm going to just piss all over you and degrade you. And that's not my kink. No kink shaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like at what cost? Okay, yeah, you're benefiting, but like now when we look at you, when we look at Hank Jeffries, I mean, I just see just a bitch ass nigga. I just see somebody who's so spineless and weak and soft.
Well, you're not wrong. That's exactly who he is.
He's literally like him and Cuck Schumer, right?
Yeah.
Are like literal punching bags.
That's all.
And like Donald Trump is just stay dissing you, and it's like you're not even.
They love it. they love it. Like they get off on the shame aspect of it.
Masochist.
Like, it's 1,000% masochism. I mean, Hank Jeffries and Cuck Schumer are offering up the sacrifice of the Democratic Party for whatever closed door deal that they're bending over and taking. Right? They're grabbing their ankles at every single time to be mentioned. Yeah. Right? Because for them, no press is bad press.
That's crazy.
Like that's how they are. And they're selling out the Democratic Party. And clearly, like, there's enough people on the same frequency with those two.
Right.
Because this is not.
Oh yeah.
This isn't a turnaround point for them. This is regular.
Fetterman is one of them.
Again, these Trojan horses that live in the Democratic Party have to be there just to sabotage.
Fetterman is, and he's the head of the Democrats.
He absolutely is, and there's nothing about the Democratic Party that is inspiring right now.
Nothing. Well, Zoran Mondami,
but even then, they were resistant to him. So
they still are.
As people with common sense that are of the mindset of us that tune into the show, that share a lot of the sentiments that we do.
Right.
We've been asking since before Kamala, since before Biden, all the way back to Obama, and probably beyond, but that would be a little bit out of my scope, to do something transformative with the party.
Right.
Messaging pretty much became stale after Obama left office.
Right. And it looked as if Obama was going to do that.
Right. But
did not happen.
It did not happen. So we've been, the registered Democrats and the people who are, whether you're libertarian, whatever you're not like a full-fledged MAGA Republican, you're looking for something to invest into the Democratic Party.
You want to challenge this.
Yeah. You want the Democrats to invest in themselves. Instead, they are putting on their best Weekend at Bernie's corpse presentation. And they are just like, they're giving you the same drivel over and over again. And no one's fighting it from within.
Did you want to play? So I don't know. I wish I could say who each individual of this video is.
Yeah.
But somebody put together a collection of brilliant people, put together a video called We're the Democrats. And we're just going to play that. And then we're going to turn it over to Miracle. Miracle's currently lacing her boots.
She's ready to kick in some backs.
She's stretching her arms. So can you play that video, sir?
The Democrats. We care about the issues of everyday people. Gas prices, paying your Jamaican nanny, trips to Israel.
Never forget, slavery lasted over 200 years. Because progress takes time.
You know how many strongly worded letters I could write with this bad boy?
We're the Democrats. We know what our constituents want. Liz Cheney's endorsement.
Obama guys. I mean, remember 2008?
We're going to stand up for gay people. For black people. For Black Rock.
3 times.
Blackwater Mercenaries. Blackstone, Black Sites. Black Ops.
We're the Democrats.
If Mamala had the nuclear codes, we'd be at brunch right now.
Believe women. Like, believe billionaire women, at least.
We can't do anything except condemn socialism.
Democrats.
They're not war crimes when we're in power. They're... All right, you guys hate Donald Trump, right? Like, what are we doing?
I mean, we take money from AIPAC. I mean, we take your money. We take anybody's money. I mean, your money, Epstein's money. I mean, we just really need that bag.
We protect trans people. Or protect sports from trans people. What the is gonna make y'all for us?
We're the Democrats. What do we stand for?
Oh wow, that was great. That was great. Yeah, that was brilliant. I love it.
Miracle.
I mean, no notes. Like it's so frustrating. And I have this conversation like all the time with my friends because there was this story that went viral yesterday where somebody was like, ICE is going to show up in Dearborn, and everybody was like, yes, F around. You're finding out. Hope ICE goes and gets all these people in Dearborn. And somebody was
you're saying like Democrats were saying this,
correct?
And because Dearborn, just for context, Dearborn has a lot of the Muslim community,
the biggest Yemeni
in Michigan.
Yeah,
right, and a lot of people blamed the particularly what was
the Muslims for Trump.
No, it was a brother uncommitted. Right, the brother that started Uncommitted, saying like they would not commit to supporting Kamala and the Democrats because they were not addressing what was happening in Palestine, and so a lot of people blame them for the reason that Kamala Harris is not president. And so ICE coming to Dearborn, they were like, that's what you all get. You voted for Trump or did not vote, like protest vote for Kamala. And so people was like, that's what you get. Yes.
And then people were like, you do realize people who are undocumented don't vote. Right. It's the first thing. And then somebody was like, you do realize even if she won Dearborn, she still would have lost Michigan and she still would have lost, right? And then the third thing was, which a lot of traction didn't happen. It was like, well, if you wanted people in Dearborn to vote for Kamala, when people were getting their hijabs pulled off, when they're getting kicked out of the venues, why didn't you speak up? Why didn't you say anything, right? And so when we're talking about what do the Democrats stand for, nothing but donors and corporate greed at this time, right?
Yeah.
When we think about right now, even in Tennessee, rural red Tennessee, the woman who is possibly going to flip a congressional seat from red to blue, I forgot what her name is. I see her face, I forgot her name.
This is where in Tennessee?
In Tennessee, I think it's like Tennessee 7.
Okay.
Came out for a ceasefire, called what was happening in Gaza a genocide. It was talking about affordability, talking about protecting queer and trans people, talking about investing in education and health. All the things that we have been saying Democrats need to stand for, Democrats need to fight for. That is what she has been running on holding politicians accountable, running on banning, insider trading, running on making sure that people cannot commit sexual violence, releasing the Epstein files, all the things that she is running on. You haven't seen Hakeem Jeffries come out and stand in beside her, right?
Come on.
She went up in the polls. It was like, oh, now it's a competitive race. Now everybody is all in for her. But it was like when we were building, when we were telling you, this is what you need to run on. This is what you need to be your platform.
Afton Ben?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What you need to put your platform on, you don't want to say anything. And we have been like, y'all took a knee. Y'all painted these beautiful...
They didn't just take a knee, Miracle. They took a knee
with kente cloth.
Wearing kente cloth. Okay?
No. They painted these beautiful, beautiful murals that said Black Lives Matter, but didn't pass not one policy to make sure that Black lives still existed.
Not even securing our votes.
No Voting Rights Act, no Policing Reform Act,
nothing.
No decriminalizing of cannabis,
nothing.
No passing on the Mominous bill, so we can stop people, Black women from dying.
Yes.
You say you care about Black women vote the most for the Democratic Party. No student loan.
Right. It's like you run a Black woman, but her policies were all policies that supported rich white men. So it's like, yeah, we see her, she's physically a Black woman.
Right.
But what we don't see is these policies that specifically affecting or helping people that look just like you.
And I think about I love people getting involved in politics. But when Mark Cuban was the federal trade chair, she's got to go for me to endorse you. And everybody was like, we love Lena. She is helping us. And you decide to be okay, well, I need this billionaire endorsement.
Right.
That signals something to your base.
Yeah.
And I wish people would just understand that billionaires are just one person. Yes, they have a lot of money. Yes, they have resources, but they are beatable when you have policies that go for people and when you allow people to work together. I have said on multiple occasions that me and other people were in those rooms fighting this administration.
Yeah.
Fighting that campaign to really fight for people, and they just won't listen. And I've been in rooms where people have talking about they went against fracking, they went against living wages.
Yeah.
How do you go against increasing a living wage?
Yeah.
Easy.
How?
Easy. Very
how do you
easy.
go? And now. And just in past 24 hours, everybody's we need Medicare for all. What are we going to do if next week Trump passes Medicare for all? the one thing that the majority of Americans support when he's talking about, we just need one system of health insurance.
That would be fucking crazy.
He keeps signaling. So what are we going to do? When
again, it's like it puts you in that position. Go ahead.
And then if he addresses student loan, what are we going to do? He's already dismantling the Department of Education. If he's saying these degrees don't matter, what are we going to do if he does student loan forgiveness? We're going to be screwed. All the things y'all said Biden can't do. Right. If he does it, what the hell are the Democrats going to do?
And Biden did try to do student loans, and the Supreme Court would not let him. He tried. But it was mad late in the game.
I'm about to say, it was are we really giving that a try?
I'm just saying, he did put it out there. It was late in the game. It was mad late. It was after he promised one check and gave another check. He had tripped up mad times before he did that. But I also think, Miracle, because like you said, how do we know billionaires are beatable? Zoran just beat 23 in the wealthiest city in the world. You know what I'm saying? Arguably New York City is the wealthiest city in the world, and has where the financial district of the United States is, and Zoran is the mayor now of that city. So we know these things, and that's what makes it so weird that the Democrats, seeing that, would not say this is now our new national platform. And the only reason they wouldn't say that is because they're also in bed with these same billionaires, or want to be in bed with those billionaires. And I think it's like you said, Miracle, it's like, who's in the room? Like when you're in the room trying to tell the Democrats how to win, they dismissed you all. And then there was another group of people in the room. And as soon as y'all left, whoever else was in that room was like, yeah, don't listen to them. They full of shit. That's not going to win. Or said, oh yeah, these black people are going to come out and vote for you regardless because you're a black woman. And that did not happen, particularly here in Pennsylvania. And particularly in Philadelphia, it did not happen. So I think who do you have around you? And again, it seems like the people who are around, whoever's around these Democrats, whoever's advising, whoever told Kamala Harris, yeah, the thing you should do is write this book and then go on this book tour. Now we heard supposedly she, I guess maybe in some aspects had to do it because she had a debt to the campaign that she had to pay back. But to not frame that in a way that was about hopefulness and that was about yeah, I did this wrong. If I could have did it again, these are things I would have done. It could have, she had an opportunity to make it more impactful, more strong, to say yes, I let you all down. I didn't stand up for these things that I stood on before. I let you down. But to try to make it about somebody else or something else when we watched what you did and did not do. Now, if you want to call out them motherfuckers, if you want to say, here are the people that stopped me from being the real me, I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? Name the names. Yeah. If you're not going to do that. So again, whoever's around these people, whoever's around. And clearly, Michelle Obama has no interest in politics, and I do not blame her. You know what I'm saying? But, you also have a platform, Michelle Obama. You know what I'm saying? You also, how powerful would it be if Michelle Obama said, yo, I'm not with all of this. What I see happening in Gaza, I'm for human life. I'm for children's lives. How powerful a statement would that have been? You know what I'm saying? So, again, that would have been going against what her husband showed in his presidency. But that's what I'm saying. So this is where who's around you, and it's the compromises. And again, this is what politics is. But at the point where now Obama knows, and not to put it back, it's funny because we're talking about the Democratic Party and we're talking about these black people. He's the most popular Democrat. That's not even a question. You know what I'm saying? But it's he's moving in a way. He's not trying to challenge anything that's going on right now. And so it's he's not challenging it. Schumer's not challenging it. Kamala Harris isn't challenging it. We see Bernie standing up and saying some stuff, AOC. And it's interesting, the people that you see doing that, challenging it, even in a small way. It's not like Bernie is all the way, but even the things that they're super popular. It's fascinating. What's frustrating to me, well, first off, let me say this, because you niggas been talking a lot.
There's nothing more evident that America is just shades of right-wing politics than the way that the Democrat Party is putting on right now, right? And everything Jasiri just said. We always find ourselves under pressure and scrutiny from the mindless followers of Barack Obama that are still hoping for a third term in our comment section, that he's done no wrong, that he's this model of decorum and respectability politics, and we shouldn't be tarnishing his name because, you know, whatever belief system or shrine that you've built to this man leads you to believe that he's still going to be your savior out of this dark age of politics is fucking beyond me. And then you went and propped up Kamala Harris in the same model and mold that she was going to be some great savior of the American people. But the fact that
she just didn't have the same charisma.
No, and these people are not able to see the forest from the trees and see the harm that the Obama administration has done globally. And they haven't been able to see how that set up the current model of the Democratic Party to just sit here and stand back and stand by, in the words of Donald Trump, because they have no directive. They have no narrative. They have no trajectory outside of maintaining the status quo. Yeah. Right? The way that they exist is to just allow the Republican Party to run rampant throughout all three branches of the government. Yes. and run essentially unopposed. Now is the time.
It'll be interesting to see, and I know like we got some gifts, so we gotta wrapping this up. If you want to grab the gifts, and we accept gifts, but it will be interesting to see.
The season.
Just to put a ribbon on this conversation, it'll be interesting to see if a Governor Josh Shapiro or Governor Gavin Newsom, if they pivot in any way from kind of this kind of center left to do to have more of a progressive left policy. It's interesting to see like where the Democrats will go from here.
To hell.
Yes.
Dr. Jasiri and Farouk.
Yes, Dr. Jasiri. Yes. Come on, give me all the love. So we did get a gift. This is from Miracle. Had got some scarves. And you know, we were given the scarves props. You know what I'm saying? This is our good sister Roberta from Idaho. And so she sent us some scarves. So we want to do the opening. Oh, that card is banging.
Yes, the goddess of Mott is the goddess of truth.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
Appropriate.
Yes.
And she likes your jokes.
My jokes?
Yes.
Thank you, Roberta.
All right.
I like my jokes.
All right, let me see my gifts.
They're not yours.
Let me see my gifts.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Your favorite color?
You like purple? You know what I'm saying? You like purple?
I do. Purple is my favorite color.
Yes. And shout Roberta.
They better not have no anthrax on them.
Roberta said we live in a rural area of Idaho. I grew up in Compton, and her husband grew up in Boyle Heights.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
This is the Nova Scotia. This is the Nova Scotia Black Scotian colors.
Okay.
I'm rating that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, look at her. She's very thoughtful.
I'm rating that one still.
Got some good, but we got a bunch.
Very thoughtful.
Okay.
Oh, some earth tone.
Oh yeah. I like a brown.
This is so beautiful.
I do like a brown. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yes.
Oh yeah. A very cool.
Oh, I like a royal blue too.
Yeah.
I'm a royal blue fan. Look at Miracle taking all the scarves.
Yeah.
Miracle, those scarves are for Dr. Jasiri.
Okay.
And for
you know what? I'm just gonna leave today. I'm gonna go back.
Thank you, Roberta, showing love.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Roberta.
And we also, you know, why does Roberta know about us? Because Free Speech TV, and we also got a card from our family.
That looks like some Jesus shit.
At Free Speech TV, no. It says there's something remarkable about the light. The way the light moves through the world, how even on the darkest days, the sun still finds a way through the cloud to touch the water, to remind us that warmth and hope are still here. At Free Speech TV, we see solidarity much the same way. From all of us at Free Speech TV, thank you for your support through the storms, through the sunsets, and into a new light of day. So thank you, Free Speech TV, for the cards. Oh, Farouk gonna put all the cards. I'll get Narius card. Wow. Yes. With that being said, see, look, y'all covering up. This is what I wanted to do. We haven't done this book.
What book is it?
The Bluest Eye.
Toni Morrison. The Bluest Eye. This is the book that kind of set it off for Toni Morrison. May she rest in power. The Bluest Eye, Toni Morrison. Read this, and then again, if you did not mess up your Thanksgiving, you still have Christmas.
Right,
still have Christmas.
Please ruin your pagan holidays.
With that being said, we do have an event this Friday. If you're in Pittsburgh, you're warm, brother.
I'm very warm right now.
In Pittsburgh, we have a event, a fashion show, a day abroad. Fashion, music, consciousness, with our artivist Nan.
Yeah, Nan.
Did you want to talk a little bit about a day abroad, Farouk, since you will be participating in it?
Yeah, fashion designer, cultural curator, content creator Nan Al-Dasri from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, a black Arab, good Muslim brother, he's been in Pittsburgh for a good amount of years, and he's part of our Artivist Academy. And he's going to be, coming down for a conversation, showing some of his works. People have seen his work with Puma, with Riyadh Airlines, inshallah, upcoming Nike collaboration. So a lot of things that he's been doing in the content creation space. He's also been responsible for curating some of the things at the Social Status, which is a sneaker boutique and a clothing store that's headquartered in Pittsburgh, PA. So, he's been doing like a lot of different things, and we're fortunate to have him in the space. He'll be having a conversation and displaying some of his pieces on Friday, which is 5 December from 6 to 8. So if you're in town, if you're in the area, please pull up.
Yes.
And it's going to be a dope time.
Yeah, and it's free to the public.
Yeah, free to the public. Yeah.
So come through 6 to 8, Black Box, North Oakland. Anything else happening in our world, Miracle?
So much happening. It's Giving Tuesday.
Yes.
Give big and give black.
So
yes.
Give big, give black. If you have anything to spare to donate,
absolutely,
please, donate to One Hood, onehood.org.
Yes. And that's the number onehood.org. Yes. And you can also, Cyber Monday, if you also want to buy or purchase One Hood merchandise, you know what I'm saying? Farouk has a One Hood Scully on. We have all of that at our website. So if you want to make a donation, it's tax deductible. We're 501c3. You can. Or if you want to donate to One Hood Power, RC4, that focuses on politics, you can do that. And you can get merchandise. We're here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that being said,
let's go home, man.
Final words, Miracle.
Winter is best on a snow globe and not in real life.
I thought you were going to say winter is white supremacy.
It is.
I agree.
It is.
Literally. It's literally white. Yes.
And it's like there's no reason. It's like it needs to fall, but ooh, pretty snow, and then be gone.
Yeah.
Why does it need to accumulate?
Yes. Great question. Farouk, you are a lover of snow.
I am. I was in the snow this morning. It was a great time.
Yeah. And snow bunnies.
Whoa. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never.
That being said, peace. This week in White Supremacy, y'all. One Hood.